everybody. We're back. The next guest starred in the movie Win a Date with Tad Hamilton. Now he can be seen on NBC's Las Vegas every Monday night. Please welcome Josh Duhamel. How are you?
Hello, Mr. O'Brien.
Nice to see you there, Mr. Duhamel. I like how formal the show's become.
You pronounced my name right, too.
Yeah,
I think you're the first.
Well, they spell things phonetically for me.
Do they? Oh,
I'm a moron.
The D-O-O-M-E-L?
Yeah, who knows? Now, listen, there's so much to talk about here, to get to, but first, I know you're a huge football fan.
Yes, huge football fan.
It's been almost a week, but where did you watch the Super Bowl? I know it was probably a big night for you. What did you do?
Well, I was actually in Jacksonville. I flew out on the red eye after work on Friday and got there Saturday morning.
Right. So you were there for the Super Bowl.
I was there for the Super Bowl, but then I had to leave Sunday morning before the actual Super Bowl, so it was kind of a...
What's the point of being in... You went to the only reason that people go there anyways is to see the Super Bowl,
exactly.
And then you went there, and then you fled just before the Super Bowl.
I know, well, because I wanted to come see you.
Ah, you're a sport. That was nice of you.
Actually, no, that was a week ago. I'm sorry.
Oh, right, yeah.
That was a week ago. I came by foot. I walked straight north.
To think you walked all that way just to do this show. That is incredible.
I'm that big of a fan.
Incredible. What a devotion.
Yes.
To be here on the big Friday show.
I knew I was going to screw that up.
No. Screw what up? I don't know what you're talking about. Now stick to the script. Stick to the script. Someday we will shoot these shows out of sequence occasionally to make things easier for me. Until that day, thank you for making the commitment.
Oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome.
I had the saddest Super Bowl experience, which is every year I think, this is the year I'm getting all my buddies together, and we're going to have a great experience. And it never happens. It never happens. And during the Super Bowl this year, I'm from Boston, so New England Patriots,
this is their chance. You had a good year.
This is their chance to have this dynasty. This is huge. And again, I thought I'm going to do it. I'm going to get my buddies. But then I get busy, and I have a kid, and I get busy. And then the next thing I know,
in the way, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I got to do something about that. And then the next thing I know, the Super Bowl is in an hour. Or in half an hour, and I think, I've made no plans, so I tell my wife, we got any snacks around here? Like manly snacks? And she says, well, we have some healthy flaxseed chips.
Animal.
Flaxseed chips. So I'm watching the Super Bowl, having half a glass of white wine and flaxseed chips. Alone. Biggest loser in town.
You know what, to be honest, mine wasn't much more exciting. I ended up going to my friends, one of my old friends from here in New York for the first half, and then came back and sat in my hotel room by myself.
Oh,
so it's not just you, my friend.
You just touched my leg.
Yes, I did. I got
just
a
going
tingle.
through all kinds of... You got a tingle?
Yes,
I did too, but it was a static. Well, there you have it. Star Magazine. Now, where are you from? You're from a tiny town in, is it North Dakota?
Yeah, Minot, North Dakota.
Now, tell us about Minot, North Dakota. Is that a fun place to hang out?
It's a great place to grow up.
Right.
You don't know any better. I had a blast growing up. It's very, very cold in the winter.
Right.
All we did growing up was basically catch frogs and fish and crayfish and turtles and salamanders and stuff like that.
This sounds like a real Huck Finn growing up kind of situation.
It really was. Growing up, it was like that. But then when you get to be 18, you start wanting to, you want to do more things, go out to different bars or whatever.
Right.
No. And when you're 21, that's what you want to do.
Again, you screwed up.
Yes, I did.
At 18, if someone offered you a drink, you're like, please,
that's
sir.
Funny. That's actually funny you say that because my mother will hate me for telling you this story, but I actually made a fake ID in college when I was still 20 and ended up getting busted for it.
You got busted? No one gets busted for the fake ID.
And that followed me around for the next few years. I tried to be a big brother at one point, and they wouldn't let me do it. Because of this, that happened 5 years earlier.
It was on your record that you had tried to use a fake ID?
Heck yes.
I didn't know that. I didn't know they took it that seriously. How bad was the fake ID? Was it a picture of an old black man on it?
This is...
I'm Josh Duhamel.
No, I thought I had it. I thought I had it licked because I had this way of doing... This is horrible. This is a horrible story to even be telling.
No, this is good. No children are watching at this time of night. They shouldn't be.
It's like 1 a.m. Maybe not. Actually, it's
1:15 and it's Friday, yeah.
Yes.
good thing I have a calendar watch.
But I made this fake ID and ended up getting arrested for it. They threw me in the car.
You got arrested for it?
I got arrested. I got put in the cop car. I got put in jail for like a couple hours.
This is a good cautionary tale for
kids. And managed to keep it out of the papers back home for 6 months.
Right.
And I'm working at Applebee's as a waiter 6 months later. And I get a call from my mom saying, oh my God, how could you do this to me? How could you? I guess that they did this. They did a statewide story on fake IDs and how kids are doing this.
And they used
they used my picture as big as the screen on TV.
So you're at Applebee's minding your own business.
Yes.
Applebee's, huh?
Minding my, I was actually really busy at the time. It was like 6 o'clock in like 6 tables, and I was in the weeds, and it was awful. And my stepdad had to get on the phone and say, "Your mother's very upset about this, Josh. You know what happened?" You know, so I had to tell her that, "I'm sorry, Mother. I got busted for," and I wasn't even drinking.
Wait a minute, you got a fake ID and got busted, but you weren't drinking?
I honestly
were you trying to get extra books at the library? What were you trying to do?
The honest truth is, my friend talked me into going to try to buy him things. I said, "This is no problem."
I feel like Judge Judy. I'm not buying it.
I got the best idea. This particular occasion, I wasn't drinking.
All right, this one time.
Not until I was 21.
Now, things, of course, have gone so well for you. In addition to working in film, you got this job on Las Vegas, and your first day you show up for work, the first episode, you have a sex scene, a hot sex scene with Molly Sims. How does it get better than that?
I don't think it does.
Yeah.
You know, especially at the time, I was pretty intimidated by that whole thing. I remember I was like, "Oh my God, how am I going to do this? How am I going to be cool with Molly Sims, who's been in like Sports Illustrated, and she's like this supermodel who's been, you know." And I told her flat out before the thing, I said, "Listen, if something happens down there, I'm sorry." And then I said, "If something doesn't happen down there, I'm sorry." So that was my first.
That's what I said to every woman I ever knew.
That way I was covered. That way I was covered.
If something happens, I'm sorry. If something happens down there.
I'm sorry.
What a romantic way to put it. Yeah. Well, it all has worked out fine. Las Vegas.
There.
What's that?
He knows.
Don't implicate. It's very bad karma to implicate the other guest.
Yeah, well, it's easy. It's just called deflection.
Yeah. He's been there when something doesn't work down there. And then I love how the camera cuts in real tight. Huh? Very nice. Well, Las Vegas airs Monday nights at 9 on NBC. Josh Duhamel, that was a lot of fun. Thank you for doing it.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Josh Duhamel, everyone will be right back. Ted Leo and the Pharmacist, stick around.